hundreds of years before it was necessary.
What I've seen in Sababorg also, and the people consider it as the return of the Urwald, the primeval forest. Well, it has nothing to do with it. It's only a spontaneous grown forest that kills all the oaks, especially the open grown oaks. But there will be no oak coming back here, so you will end up only in Holbein and beech, the shade-tolerant tree species, which kill the light-demanding oak.
Oh, well, it's a characteristic species of old wood pastures, but it's a fairly widespread one, so you find it in quite a good range of sites. You know, it's not confined to the very high quality sites. It's Stenogostus villosus. And you can tell it by the tail end. You see it's got two spikes that are both double pronged. These are the dried fecal pellets of a particular group of beetles, chafers, that the larvae are deep inside the heartwood, inside the tree. And so wherever there's a little cavity, the fecal pellets begin to pour out. And you just see there's lots of them just tucked away in there. And the group includes hermit beetle, which is a Natura 2000 species. But these aren't quite... if you're really expert, you can identify which species of beetle from the shape of the frass. Hermit beetle ones are particularly sort of angular and flattened, and these are not. So these are, I don't know which species. It could be, it's in Britain we've only got two, and this isn't either of them. Leocala marmorata in southern Sweden that's producing things this sort of size, so whether you have that species here, I don't know. Beefsteak fungus just immediately above, which is the fungus that's causing the heartwood decay that the chafer is feeding on.
So you put something here and then...
As for the fire, we've no idea, but there are several trees here in this fascinating site which have been burned. And that's man, must be man, and heathens, whatever you want to call them. But there you go.
Oh yeah, they're really...
Oh, that's nice, they're really wedged in there.
And there are others there.
Yeah, nuthatches do this, great tits will do it as well. They'll hammer them open, wedge them in here and hammer them open. Maybe some of the woodpeckers here will as well.
Just come across this wonderful tree and looked at this bracket, and it looks like it's Phalaenus robustus. We've just taken a small wedge off it, and you can actually see the curry looking inside, so that's another confirmatory factor. This is a very rare European bracket, really only found from some of the most important wood pasture sites in Europe like Fontainebleau, but even more special, it's found on very few trees in the UK, but there are 3 trees at Knepp that have this very special royal bracket. It should have a new name. It's not just a robust bracket, it is a really special fungus.
Hi folks, we're still in Brighty in Romania in this fantastic wood pasture, and we're looking at lots of these rare organisms, red data booking organisms you can call them, but they're all associated with these fantastic old trees. And look at this beautiful pattern. I mean, it's incredible, but it's actually done by a longhorn beetle, and as you know, I hate using Latin names, but it's Cerambix surdo. And I'd love a house called Cerambix, but look at those great big galleries. Can you imagine the size of the grub that's in there? And of course the beetle itself is a highly coloured beetle with these great long antennae. But it's a phenomenal sight to see what this beetle can do to a tree. Look, I can put my finger up the holes. It's a massive thing. I don't know.
It just looked like a big griffler, but very
Under
flat.
oak. Yeah, I don't know.
Base of an oak.
Up, up. Up. Drop. Drop.
One in full leaf still and one with dead leaf on, and then the rest are got no leaf on.
Well, we're just in a bit of beechwood, and actual fact, where there are trees of this age anywhere in Europe, you might see this particular bracket fungus. Although I don't like to think that many of the fungi actually kill trees, this one gets pretty near that mark because it really does have an effect, and is often the thing that gives the tree the coup de grace. And one of the names, we've nicknamed it the glade creator, because in other words it kills the tree, but often the tree remains standing dead for a long time, and of course it's then incredibly valuable for the birds and other beasts, the fungi and the bacteria and the insects and everything. But it actually creates a gap in the canopy, and it allows other trees, usually shade tolerant trees, young trees like hornbeams and beech and sycamore, to get away. So it's part of nature. It's just another part of nature. If we didn't have these brackets and these sort of things, then we probably would never have these glades appearing.
It's a part.
I remember trees like that in my childhood, though. They hadn't been burnt.
Maybe they were. Maybe
They don't have to walk.
That makes smaller holes, doesn't it?
It feeds in fungi. That's what it's doing. There's another one on the. You didn't see it, Tony, when you picked up the fistulina.
No, you're just taking the mickey.
So it's 31 centimetres long, is it? Wow.
I can't remember its name. Is it Clathrus or something?
Well, Clathrus rubra is one of them, but whether this is that one, I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's coming from the south, but I don't
Excuse me,
remember.
I told him it comes from New Zealand. It originated in New Zealand. His nearest relative is the stinkhorn, because it starts life as an egg. And yeah, it's arrived in southern, well, not necessarily southern Europe, but it arrived in Europe and it's still spreading.
There's blood pouring out of this tree. We're definitely in Transylvania.
This is good because you've got the date now of the picture to show, and
We should have been over there when we got a stag beetle as well.
yes,
The Capricorn beetle.
But
Yeah, Carambix. So that's proof that two Natura 2000 species are actually in these oaks.
in the oaks, that's what we need to do,
Yeah.
is closely associate them.
Nagyon kevés. És milyen? Ezek a garázsok
Barns or stores for the animals for 200 cattle, and that use the area.
és jó apol típusú jó.
And also buildings for the sheep.
Körülbelül 2000 jó telet
2000 sheep telet.
itt teleltek, tehát
Tavasz nyáron össze.
de egész szépen itt vannak, de itt telek sikerítő.
And these sheep and cattle was not only grazed in the surrounding landscape during the vegetation period, but also kept here during the winter.
Ez azért
by the animals, and also chops up the small bushes and scatters on the surface to fertilize.
What's that?
Estupendo.
I'll tell you.
This
Stupendo.
is one of the biggest trees that we've seen.
Did I?
Sorry.
No.
Enter.
But that.
Én ezt tudom, jó, hogy leállították. Mi? Jó, hogy leállították. Let's look for the leaf. We had some on the blown off. No, that's the one.
Okay, okay.
How,